I'm Indraveer Chatterjee. I'm the Principal Solicitor at the HIV AIDS Legal Centre. We're a specialist community legal centre mostly funded by the state and federal government to provide services to people with HIV and or hepatitis C in New South Wales. HALC has been operating since about 1992. Originally we were a project between AFAO and ACON and then we became independent. We provide services across New South Wales and we in fact run quite a lot of matters regionally and rurally. Also through private donation we provide some services outside New South Wales, so we actually provide services across Australia. Our client base is quite diverse. Probably about half our client base identify as gay men. The remaining half identify as heterosexual, and we've actually got quite a lot of women who form part of our client group, so about 20 to 25% of our client group is women. So we provide a range of different services. The first and most obvious is direct legal services to people with HIV or hepatitis C. And so we provide an advice line where people can call up and get answers on HIV related matters. People can also just drop in, they don't need an appointment, they can drop in and go through our intake process. And we provide ongoing legal advice and casework. So that's the legal service side of it. We also produce resources, either in collaboration with other sector organisations or ones that we do ourselves. For instance, we have a disclosure guide for people with HIV that outlines when and where they need to disclose their status. And we have one in New South Wales, we have one for South Australia and one for Western Australia. We provide education, so we provide education direct to the community, say around rights and responsibilities. We also provide education to other professionals. So we provide education on a regular basis to healthcare workers around privacy obligations, and we provide training to lawyers on issues around HIV and the law. Last year we saw 800 clients, and we ran about that many cases, and we also provided 600 advices, which is sort of a one-off transactional piece of advice. Most of our practice is in civil law, and we've got a fairly diverse civil law practice. The obvious things that we do are things like discrimination and privacy, so discrimination in employment or in accessing healthcare services, for instance. We do insurance work, we do estate planning, so wills, enduring guardianships, that sort of thing. We do a lot of social security style law, so issues with Centrelink, tenancy matters, and we also do a lot of migration work. We have a limited criminal law practice, but it tends to be limited to minor criminal law matters. We do provide a lot of support to doctors, for instance. So we might have a doctor who calls up and has a query about what their obligations are under the law. For instance, we might have someone who's concerned about a patient who they believe are at risk of infecting others, for instance, and they're not certain what they're meant to do, what their obligations under privacy law are, so we might provide them with assistance around that. We're also, in appropriate circumstances, willing to provide information to doctors, because sometimes a client doesn't want to come directly to us. They're a bit worried, and so we could convey legal information to a healthcare worker or a doctor to assist that person. We don't charge for our services. We do apply some sort of means testing, in the sense that if someone can afford private representation, we would probably refer them. But we also try and maintain a referral list of private practitioners who have the knowledge to be able to properly assist. Quite a lot of our clients are repeat clients, but probably our single largest source of referrals are healthcare services, so doctors or social workers. And we're very keen to establish good working relationships with healthcare services to ensure that we've got, they know that they can reach out to us and they can send their clients to us.